Hey everybody, I'm glad to see you again on my channel. Follow Ion Krause. Actually, please subscribe to my channel. I have only 32 or 31 subscribers, and that's not much. How do you think? I think that I should reach at least 100, maybe, till the end of the summer. And today I'm going to talk to you about the metal detector, which you probably have heard about something, but maybe not. Maybe you have no idea what machine is it. But this is a quite interesting machine from the Eastern Europe, especially from Ukraine. Well, everybody knows right now what happens in Ukraine. There is a war, and I hope that it will end very soon and end very successfully for for the humanity, for all of us. And this is the Gauss MD metal detector produced and developed by the company Mars MD. You probably know the company Mars MD. They were producing the search coils for many metal detectors, starting from Garrett and Fisher Technetics and ending up for MineLab and for some analog XP machines. So Mars MD, they they were developing some outsourced coils for most of the popular metal detectors and machines which have been used. And before that, as I remember, they were releasing the Viking MD, but because this Viking it was kind of similar to Technetics T2, they sold it only in the Ukraine, but it's not the full story. They released in about 2 years ago the Gauss machine. And Gauss machine is completely unique because it's developed by the Mars MD team. It's not a copy of some other machines or some stolen technologies which you can probably think of. No, it's a completely unique machine. And I'm going to show you today what settings does it have. Plus, plus we'll test it on a buried treasure on my testing site for metal detectors, plus for some silhouette hammers. So guys, let's go to the settings and let's investigate the Gauss MD metal detector. As you can see, it has a straight shaft which looks kind of similar to the Simplex model and Equinox. Straight shaft is also perfect, when you are using some bigger coils. And I like this design because it's made out of carbon. It's very lightweight. It's very handy to use, so you can put it off and pull it out pretty fast and put it on your back or on your car, wherever you want. Plus, you can disassemble the control box. That's very easy. So you don't need to store your control box always on a handle on a shaft. You can take it off for transportation or for whatever purpose you want. I like this solution actually, really like it. But I hope that nobody lost their control box yet. I really hope for it. So okay guys, let's turn it on. Just press it, hold. So what do we see on the screen? On the screen we have the battery level. There could be the different signs of different modes what you are trying to use, like analog mode. Right now it's an analog. When you put clear ID, it's a special unique technology by Mars MD, then you will have here a special sign. Plus, in case if you are using the backlight, you will see the sun symbol here. I'm not going to use it. And this one is showing the frequency. You have a target ID, the VDI. This is the modes again, and it shows the gain of your metal detector. And here you can see 12 Celsius. That's a temperature actually inside of the box. So you can control the temperature of your control box, which could be after 1 hour when you're passing outside on the field. That could be the outside temperature. Okay, let's go to the settings and to the buttons first. So turn on off button, then you have the ground balancing button, plus it's again the pause mode. So when you hold, now it's paused, it wouldn't react to any target. that's made especially in case if you are using the pinpointer and you have an interference between your pinpointer and metal detector. So pressing pinpoint button, you're going again to the live mode. Then you have the settings button plus, as I said, the backlight. Button left, button right, and the pinpoint button. Let's go to the settings. The first is a gain. The gain is a sensitivity actually. Then you have a discrimination. Discrimination goes from -4 up to 50. That's very simple. Then you have a frequency. Here on a Gauss MD you have two frequencies. It's 16 kilohertz and 48 kilohertz. So you can search for small gold nuggets and small gold and silver targets in a mode of higher frequency, or you can go to the low frequency and search for any relics, any coins you have. Such a perfect frequency for your all day around detecting. Why do I have here L3? L means low frequency, so low frequency for Gauss MD is a frequency 16 kilohertz. The 3 means that the power which goes from the control box, from the battery, which is integrated battery on a metal detector, it's 100% goes to the coil. In case if you have any problems, I mean that you put your sensitivity gain settings on normal level, but the ground is so problematic, then you can decrease this power mode. So you put L2. That means that you are receiving, this coil is receiving in about 25% less power. And if you put L0, L1, then it means that the search coil is receiving in about 50% less power than in a full mode. Full mode starts from L3. You can also change it to L4 or L5. That again means 100% of power, which is going from the battery to the search coil. The search coil is usual, as you can see, it's Gauss MD Tiger. Its size is 10 inches per 12 inches, so very unique, but in another case, very popular size. That's just in case if you have some interference, you can try the different modes from L3 to L5. Going to the higher frequency, H1, right now that means that H, you have a high frequency. For Gauss MD, this is a 48 kilohertz. H1 means 50% less power on the coil. H2 means 25% less power on the coil. And H3 is 100%. It's like full power goes directly to the coil. So, and again, H4, H5, so you can play in case if you have some interference. I'm usually using L3 and this is enough for me. So let's go to the other settings. Search. It sounds like a search mode, but actually that's a search conditions. Low in case if you have a not highly mineralized soil, just the usual soil without any interference, you can put low. Here, for example, I am currently in a forest, and on this forest I have the standard sand, you know, without any other like a soil or salt or whatever it is. So low is okay. You can use normal with the smaller n, high with the smaller h, which is already a little bit mineralized soil. So in case if your soil is difficult, you put HI. And in case if you're searching somewhere, I don't know, in a water, it's not a waterproof, but the search coil is waterproof. The control box is not waterproof. But if it's a beach, salt beach, wet salt beach, then you should use H, the bigger H, the capital H, and small I. Such a search mode. Here I'm using low. That's more than enough. Let's go to the mode. That's already the searching mode. It has an analog, the fastest, mode for this metal detector, so this metal detector will work very fast, but with some problems in case of discrimination because of the fast signal transmission. You have CL, as I said. Here you got the new symbol DSP. It's something mixed between clear ID and analog, and the completely clear ID mode. I like this mode because in case if you are searching somewhere on a very clean space, then some targets which are buried very deep, they could hear, and metal detector will detect it like ferrous signals. But in case if it's not non-ferrous targets, but usual detectors, they detect it as a ferrous signal, then in this mode you will see such targets as a non-ferrous targets, which is good as well. But I will do my test on analog mode. Then you have a volume. That's the standard volume of your speaker, nothing special. Ferrum volume, well, it's just a ferrum volume, you know how it detects the ferrum signals. You can put it to the off, then you will hear no any ferrous signals, or you can put it to the maximum as well, 10. I'm using something like 4, which is enough for me. And transmitter. In a kit you have a wireless transmitter, and you can use it with the headphones, which you will find also in a kit with that metal detector. An interesting feature in menu here is that usually when you're using some other metal detectors, you can go only forward on your menu, and in case if you have missed some settings, then you can't go down. You can go only forward, press many times again until you will reach this setting, but not in the Gauss MD. If you will press that button, you will go down by the menu. So we are right now on ferrum volume again, pressing forward, we are on transmitter again, and going back, so we can use the menu upwards and backwards, which I like as well. So guys, now how can we make the ground balancing? You have an automatical ground balance and manual, like in any other professional metal detector. So you have this button, you push it. HDL means that it's manual ground balancing. You push it once again, automatic, and you simply pump your search coil on a level like 30 centimeters up to 15 centimeters or 10 centimeters to the ground. I don't see any changes, then that's okay. So boys, let's go to the Hammerhead, silver Hammerhead targets on my test site, and I have the first one on 15 centimeters. Not bad. Sees 17, detects very fast. 20, okay, 22, 25, this camera on 25 centimeters is very small. It's really very small. It's even smaller than the next Hammerhead, which I have on 28 centimeters. It's like 1/3 of it. And on 28 it detects very fast. As you can see, 28 on a small silver Hammerhead, not a problem at all. This silver Hammerhead coin is from 17th century, so it was minted something around 1685, 1699, between these ages. And let's go to the small treasure. I have a treasure full of coin. It's a small can, ceramic can, made of ceramic for sure, and it's around 5 or 7 centimeters in diameter, and it's full of copper coins. And the depth is 60 centimeters. Just imagine, 60 centimeters. Will it detect it? Of course it will. And we have a non-ferrous signal, which is good as well. So, you see, it's detecting. Turning it off. This is it, guys. Gauss MD, made by Ukrainian company Mars MD. I like this metal detector because it's unique, and in case of any other metal detectors made in ex-USSR countries, well, let's say like in Eastern Europe actually, we don't have much of manufacturers of metal detectors from our countries. And in case of Ukraine, you have pretty much of different models. It's a self-made metal detectors, and to operate it, you should be at least with some engineering degree, to be honest. It's okay for us, for Eastern Europeans. We can learn pretty fast, how to set up the coil on a self-made metal detector using your ferrite stick just to set up your coil, and it should detect the targets in the right side. But yeah, in case of Gauss MD, here everything is working well, so you can only buy it and use it for your everyday detecting. It's very sad that currently the situation there is very difficult, and you can't simply find any Gauss MD in sales right now in Europe. But in case if you want one, just you can contact me, and I can probably find you and help you to find this metal detector. It can't be a problem. We can help to the Mars MD company, purchasing their metal detectors. Plus, they released this new Tiger coil right before the war, and I really like this coil. It has a pretty design, the beautiful design. Plus, I have tested it with the older Tiger coil, and it has a better results. Trust me. I tested it on one and the same test site, in one and the same conditions, and I prefer this new one. Plus, the Mars MD has the other coils for Gauss MD metal detector. The other coils, it's a small sniper coil, plus 2 coils of the bigger sizes than the standard one. One is Discovery, 13 inches, and the last one is a 15 inches Goliath. With the Goliath, you can detect really all kinds of the coins very deep, really very deep. It's a nice detector. But as you can see, it's not that problematic to understand this machine and learn the settings of this machine. It's not that problematic to understand what targets do you have, because it has the minus graph and the plus the positive graph. Minus is the ferrous targets. Everything which goes above 0 is a non-ferrous targets. So you will have the copper coins and silver coins on a range between 85 99 VDI, which is again pretty nice. So, and guys, please don't forget, could you please subscribe to my channel? And I really appreciate if you will do it. Thank you so much. Press thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment. What do you think about this Gauss MD machine made by Mars MD? I would be glad to read it. So, wish you all the best, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.